So here we go. We have Andrea ZUST, Lorenzo Casati, and your current world champion Charles BRODEL in round number 3, heat number 4 of the men's hydrofoil big air. A great lineup coming here. Andrea has been fighting through from round 1, and then we've got Lorenzo Casati and Charles BRODEL. But before we go in, so here we go. Nice drone shot. I mean, look at the lovely event site we have on the right hand side there. You can just about see the judges tower on the bottom right, and then we've got all of the tents there, local brands. We've got the likes of Duotone there as well. We've got the riders VIP area. You can see there all the kites on the beach. That's a rider launch and land zone. And then we've got a pretty busy beach. I mean, we are midweek at the moment. It is Tuesday here in Sylt, all right, but we will be going for the next 6 days. We're here until Sunday, and we've got a good forecast on pretty much every day, which means one good thing is that we're going to be having action every single step of the way. And very, very shortly, we will be getting underway with once again another heat. This time, very interesting actually to see how this one plays out, because we've got Charles BRODEL and also Lorenzo Casati. But don't take it away from Andrea with that back roll board off. She has been riding exceptionally well. The only woman in the fleet. And she's been doing very, very well indeed. Opening up there with a nice scoring trick. Lorenzo Casati, one of the twin tips big air best rider in the world. He is a Red Bull King of the Air champion. Won multiple events over the years. His younger brother, Leonardo Casati, another one to watch as well. But let's see how he shares on the old hydrofoil, going for the back roll kite loop. Great thing about Lorenzo as well is that he competes. He absolutely rips on a surfboard. I mean, you should see this guy in the waves. He is exceptionally talented across all disciplines. And we now move over to Charles BRODEL. Okay, here he is. The guy that just does not miss. Charles BRODEL looking to add another solid event to his repertoire. But first, he's got to get past many competitors as he just goes for a kite loop board off by the looks of things. Nice and stylish as well. Most likely will be riding the Trigger from F1 or the Bandit. Andrea here coming in right foot forward. Jumps, back roll. Tried for the rodeo as well, which is a sort of strapless maneuver where they sort of end up cupping the ball between their legs. Unable to really wrap round though. But a good start actually from all our 3 riders in the first trick attempts. Everyone getting a score on the board. A board off for Andrea, 2.97. A kite loop back roll from Lorenzo, 3.80. And a kite loop board off from Charles BRODEL. Lorenzo Casati here, just going over the front of the board, so that's going to be a crash. Ooh, Charles BRODEL dancing there a little bit as he goes to turn around. So first move was coming in right foot forward. Now we're seeing him going left foot forward, shaping things up. Probably going to see him go a little bit higher as he uses that swell and those kickers to his advantage. Loops the kite. And is always in control from start to finish. Every step of the way. So 2 scores now on the board for Andrea and Charles. 1 after the crash for Lorenzo. Andrea now, 3rd trick attempt. Coming in. Going for the 1-footer. Oh, moving the board around. And going for the 1 foot there. Lorenzo Casati. Going for the trick again that he wasn't able to land previously, but he's straight back up onto the foil. Looking good there. So let's have a little look at some of the scores that have dropped. We've got the 1 foot there from Andrea. She's one of the riders that has 3 trick attempts already counting, which is good to see. Charles BRODEL there with a nice move. Judges liking what they see already with the scores. But Andrea now 4th trick attempt. So here she is. Goes for the back roll, board off. Does she get it back on her feet in time? Yes, she does. Exceptional stuff there from Andrea, but I'm going over the front of the board. Unfortunately, on the way down, I think that's going to go down as a crash, which is going to be unfortunate for her. But it's great to see. I mean, amazing riding there from Andrea. Kite loop front roll for Lorenzo Casati, scoring a 5.47. Highest scoring trick of the heat so far. As he goes once again. Lorenzo look in control. Smooth landing. Straight back up onto the foil. As we currently have Charles BRODEL in that first position. Lorenzo Casati 9.27. So, Charles BRODEL now switching around. After this heat, we are going to have a slight break. Takes the board off. What I love about watching Charles is he's just so in control in the way he extends his body when he takes his board off. You know, really lengthens out the legs, looks nice and straight, pencil-like stuff. But he's just in control from the start, in the middle, and all the way to the end of the maneuver. Once again, another trick for Charles. Is that a Lula F1 kite we have there? It looks like it. I mean, I might be wrong, but it definitely looked like something I hadn't seen before. As Andrea now riding toe side. Currently in that last place. And we know that she likes to do her tricks going right foot forward coming into the beach. This is her preferred angle, her preferred approach. As steers the kite to 12. Kite loop. But yeah, just digs that nose into the front of the water there. Bit too much front foot pressure. Also probably needed a little bit of height. It's always going to be a struggle gaining height when you're going right foot forward because you're not using the waves. You're going sort of against the swell. And we all know that, you know, when you have a kicker in front of you, if you time it well, then it can, you know, it can add definitely 2 or 3 meters to your jump, especially in the stronger winds. It makes a huge difference. Someone like this, Lorenzo Casati, will know all about the timing of kickers. From those twin tip competitions he does. Goes up, back roll, kite loop. Keeping it simple. Looking for that 3rd trick to score, but Charles BRODEL with the front roll board off the 6.33. He's on 17.47, so he's looking pretty comfortable out there. I believe Lorenzo there riding the Harlem pace maybe. One of the newer drops from Harlem. Charles BRODEL now 5th trick attempt. Gets that board off again. Loops the kite while fully extended. Great style there from the Frenchman. And that is why he is a multiple world champion. You can see Andrea there maybe giving a bit of a fist pump to Charles. Liking what she sees. Inspired by what she sees. As it looks like we just missed Andrea's trick there, but I believe probably going for a kite loop by the looks of things. Contra loop board off, back roll, sorry, from Lorenzo Casati is a 4.53. Which you can now see has dropped within his scoreboard as well. Here he is again. Going for the back roll, double back roll kite loop, I believe. Back roll kite loop. Andrea, 6th trick attempt was a crash. So we're coming towards the end of this heat. And we will very shortly after this heat actually be going into a little bit of a break. And then we'll be back again later on this afternoon. Charles BRODEL, 6th trick attempt. Lorenzo Casati having a crash there. Charles BRODEL, back roll, kite loop, board off. And he lands it. Charles BRODEL has not put a single foot wrong. He's landed every single trick so far. The only rider at the moment to not put a single foot wrong, to not have a single crash. So, final trick attempts. Trick attempt number 7. Andrea has a 1 foot, which is a 1.70. She'll definitely be wanting to improve that. Back roll, kite loop, into the drink. So, unfortunately there for Andrea, she will remain in last place, in 3rd place. Lorenzo Casati is up next. Still has a chance to go into 1st. And here he is. Lorenzo Casati riding for Harlem. Waiting for the kicker. Sees one he likes. Front roll. Don't believe there was a kite loop there. So last trick of the heat. That's not going to be enough to match Charles. So can Charles do 7 for 7? He goes up, front roll, loops the kite again. And he just looks so in control, doesn't he? 7 tricks, 7 scores for Charles BRODEL. Your heat leader and the rider with the highest combined heat score so far. So there we have it, the end of the heat here. And we are now going over to our highlights.